Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast. Hello, 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 hello. It's wonderful, wonderful connecting with you. Saying hi, hello, how do you do? What is going on? What is happening with you? Blessings, blessings, and more blessings are speaking to you. For those who will be live, yes, 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 let's do it. For those who will hashtag and replay, I love it. For those who will be on, and I don't know you're on, and I might not never know you're on, I could appreciate that. And for those who will be used by God at some point down the road to encourage this girl, let's make it do what it do. Let's make it do what it do. All right. So, good morning, Coop Coop. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This week we are talking about this notion of what we believe matters, right? What we believe matters. What we believe matters. And our beliefs come from that which we experience, that which we say to ourselves over and over again. You know, that's where our beliefs come from. Um, so if we believe that we don't have support, we probably won't recognize the support that's available to us. But if we believe that we have support, we are going to be open to support in the many forms that are available for us. Right? So it really goes into the idea of as a man or woman thinketh, so are they. Sowing and reaping, what we focus on is what we prime our brains to notice. So it's like there is it's like there is always how do I want to say this? An opportunity to see things from a different perspective. Always. And so if I live the kind of life where I just think, and you know, the thing of it is like we might have evidence that things are, we might have some evidence, some tripped out horrific things may have happened in our life. And so that may get a lot of our attention. So then our thoughts are more negative than, or more harmful than beneficial. So if we live a kind of life where we're thinking, nobody supports me, nobody's going to be there for me, I'm always the one, any of those things, I'm just going to invite you to stop and consider what you want. And then ask yourself, okay, so how do I become a person who gets that? What do I need to do to become that person? Good morning, cousin. Happy Monday to you. Much love back to you. What do I need to do to become that person? Right? Who gets what they want? Who believes that, of course, I'm going to get what I want and need. Right? As opposed to the person who frets because they don't believe they're going to get what they want and need. And I guess my thing is, we're here, y'all. We are here. We are being, we are doing, we are available. And so, with this being the case, let's just go for it. And what we say about a thing, it matters. Right? What we say about a thing matters. So it's imperative that we don't find ourselves. Hey, Ray Price, good morning. Thank you for your prayers. It's imperative that we don't find ourselves speaking death to our own situation, speaking death to the relationships we want to have, speaking death to the life we want to live, speaking death to the experiences we want to have. Like, it's so important that we, even if it's been difficult, right? Even if we haven't been able to get it the way we want to get it, to do it the way we want to do it, to experience, even if that is the case, it's okay. It really is okay. We can just simply say, okay, well, again, who do I have to become? What needs to change in my life for this to be a reality for me to be more happier, for me to live happier? What needs to change? For me to live freer, what needs to change? Who do I need to become? How do I become her? Do you see? These are the kind of questions we ask ourselves. We never ask ourselves the question, what's wrong with me? Nah. How about what's right with you? How about what works with you? How about what's amazing about me? I just had the privilege of doing a speaking engagement at Spring Hill Baptist Church in Inkster, Michigan. And Pastor Johnny Harrison, but I did it for their women's ministry, Andrea Harrison, who oversees that. First lady. And I had a blessing. It was a small group of us that just had a really life-giving conversation. And we really just dived into this idea of talking about what's right with us. Like, what is working for us? What do we have going on our behalf? Do you see? Why is, and that's the thing, what I was starting to tell you, that I started it off by saying life is amazing. Life is amazing. Life is amazing. Now, if you think life is a bunch of crap, that's what you're going to notice, beloved. That's what's in your purview. That's what's going to give you the attention. I mean, that's what you're going to pay attention to. People are always fill in the blank. That's what you're going to notice about people. This is not like a sleight of hand or mind thing. This is not, it really is just the way that our brain is designed. I heard Wayne Dyer talk about, he said, you know, he was, I don't remember where he was, what part of the country, but where it was, he was there. And there was a lady came up to him and said, you know, I recently moved to this area from wherever. How are the people here? And he asked her, he said, how were the people where you came from? And the first person said, they were just mean and this and that, and they never wanted to be helpful, and they just, you know, they were just riding people. He said, you'll probably find the same kind of thing here. And so she says, he ran into a second woman, and she asked him, you know, I just recently moved here. How were the people here? And he asked her, how were the people where you were? She was, oh, people were lovely. They were kind and generous, always wanting to share in community and da 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 da. And he said, you'll probably find the same kind of people here. Do you get the message? We're going to draw from the energy in which we engage. If you walk into a situation and you expect that there's going to be a problem, you will find it. What you believe matters. That's why we've got to be careful of our beliefs. We've got to be careful about, we've got to choose our beliefs well. Meditate on that which you want to grow in your life. Meditate. Pay attention to. Give your mental energy to that which you want to expand. Don't focus on what's not working. Deal with it. Deal with what's not working. But focus on, meditate, contemplate what works. Contemplate what you love. Contemplate what you appreciate. At the very least, you'll have more energy to deal with what's not working. You'll have more energy. You'll have more, you'll feel better. You'll simply feel better about doing the things that you need to do. Right? You'll simply feel better. So I invite you to, I invite you to know that you get to decide where you're going to put your mental energy. You get to decide what that looks like, right? You get to make up your own mind, right? What it looks like. And so, it just simply doesn't benefit us to give a lot of attention to something that's really limiting to us. That's harmful for us, right? It's harmful. It doesn't serve you in any way. It's not good for your disposition. It's not good for your conversation. It's not good for your blood pressure. It's not good to focus on what sucks in life. It's just not good. It just don't benefit you to focus on what sucks in life. So I invite you instead to focus on what gives you life, what gives you joy, what gives you strength, what gives you hope, what gives you satisfaction, right? What gives you excitement? What makes you want to get up in the morning, right? What are you looking forward to? What are you grateful for that has already happened that you are super duper excited about? That you are super duper excited about? What has already happened, beloved, that you are grateful for? Those are the things that's important important for us to meditate on, to focus on, to give attention to think about. Where do you want to go? Who do you want to be? Who do you want to go with you? How do you want to be? How do you want to be ultimately? So pretty. You get to contemplate on those things. Can you believe they? No, I can't believe it. And I probably don't even want to know it. It's something I need to know. Like, really. Those are my thoughts go. Like, am I gonna feel, that's another thing, Wayne Dyer. I must need to listen to Wayne Dyer because he's coming up on my mind today. Another thing I heard him say is when people call, he said that one of the things he used to do is when people would call him, especially people he knew were complainers, he would ask them, before we get started, am I going to feel better or worse at the end of this conversation? Oh, that's funny. He was protecting his peace, protecting his heart. He was. Am I going to feel better or worse at the end of this here conversation? You know? So I just really invite you to let's start this week by taking an inventory into what we believe. What do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about others? What do you believe about life? What do you believe about your past? What do you believe about your future? What do you believe about possibilities? What do you believe about money? What do you believe about the nature of mankind, humankind? Right? What do you believe about, I'll just say possibilities again, that which could happen? Right? What do you believe about your abilities to make something be as you want it to be? What you believe matters. It creates, I think it must be time. I don't know what I did with my phone this morning. Oh, I'm over by 2 minutes. All right, beloved, I love you. I appreciate you. I value you. At the moment that God gave us our breath, me and you, we forfeited, we relinquished, you and I, we gave up the right to not be amazing. Talk with you tomorrow morning.